Michael and I were talking about that earlier today, about having a 1-year plan, a 3-year plan, a 5-year plan, and I've just never lived my life like that. I mean, I do in a way, but it's so vague for me. It's just kind of the way my brain works. There's something there, but I can't even put my hand on it or see what it is. For me, it's got to hit some kind of pain point, and I'm kind of there now. Like, I'll have an answer for you probably a few months from now, because I'm kind of in that position again, like gotten to this point, and I had that last Ironman, and I had this health little thing with my heart, and so I'm now at this place again where I'm like, I'm not taking as much pleasure. I've burnt myself out a little bit. I've done so much of some of this stuff. It's become a thing where I'm chasing this thing, like I've got to do something more, I've got to do something more, I've got to do, Ironman, Ultraman. Like, it's fun up until a certain point. It's fun to work out. For me, it's fun to work out for 3 hours. I love 3 hours. Great, but at a certain point, it's like, why am I doing this? And you ask me, why am I doing this? And I couldn't answer you. And if I can't answer you, then why am I doing it? Like, life is short. I know that as well as anybody. I'm gonna do what's fun.
My name is Carruth. I own Sky's the Limit Car Care, and we're located in Sanford, Florida.
Yeah, I was born in Papua New Guinea. My parents were missionaries there. Stone Age culture, just no electricity, 737 different dialects, different languages throughout the country. I'd grown up there, like that was my home. Like all I knew of
what was
America,
that like growing up in a jungle?
It was amazing. It was amazing and beautiful, and you want to go and play in the river with the Chimbari kids. Even if you can't understand them very well, it's not that hard for kids to play together, even when they can't really understand each other very well.
You're now 12 years old, and now you're in America. What was that? Was that a massive culture shock to you?
Massive culture shock. It would be worse than if you moved to Mars tomorrow. Like, it would be worse than that. From 5th grade up until 9th grade, it was the same thing. It just got, kind of worse and worse. Like, I got less and less interested in school because I didn't learn anything there. I already knew more than what they were teaching me. Until 9th grade, I was finally skipping school, like basically, dropping out. And then I kind of started getting into trouble with friends that weren't really friends, that were kind of more troubled and had worse issues in their lives than I did. I dropped out of school, got my GED because I needed to be able to get a job. Like, I thought, I got to get out of school and I just want to work. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I knew I could outwork anybody. I knew that for a fact.
How did, Sky's the Limit kind of start?
I fell in love with the Saturn Skies. First time I saw in 2007 probably, and I was like, that's the most beautiful car. Because I had Saturns. I'd always wanted one. My 30th birthday, it's like 2009, and I'm like, I'm gonna get it.
Career job wasn't as fulfilling as it had been. The work that I did I didn't feel as important doing the things that I was doing as I did previously. And so it was just kind of my outlet. I bought this car, my Saturn Sky, and I just really got into the detailing and really loved doing that and helped people out a lot. It just kind of came natural. I did a lot of product reviews and stuff on forums, and a couple manufacturers reached out to me. One of them was CarPro, the other one was Premium Finish Care around the same time. CarPro said, hey, we're gonna start out this C-Quartz professional program. C-Quartz Finest program was the name at the time. We want you to run it in North America. So I thought, okay, it would be better if I could sell other products to the public, to the whole detailing community. And that's kind of the summary. At this point, we had grown to the point where we had a really great team, and we thought we want to do things the way we want to do them, and we had really had a lot of thought behind how we built this place out. This spot's about 10,000 square feet, so we got 2 warehouses. Our team has become the thing that really I look forward to most about coming to work. Bringing Alexandra in really kind of changed everything for the rest of the team that we brought in after that. So Alexandra really opened my eyes to know there's a lot of people that can do a lot of things way better than I can do them.
My name's Alexandra Rivera, and I work at Sky's the Limit Car Care. I am general manager. I started working here in 2017. I used to work in the medical field, and I just wasn't happy in it anymore. I've always loved detailing, so I actually followed CarPro on social media. He had posted a now hiring post on there, and I just decided to take the risk and send my resume, and he actually reached out and was like, hey, are you actually sure you want to leave your field? And I was like, yeah. So he actually gave me a trial day to make sure it was something that I actually wanted to do. And I loved it, and I've been here ever since.
So after Alexander, we brought James in. As soon as we started talking, it was like, this is me 20 years ago. Like, this guy is me. Like, you don't see this a lot these days. You know, somebody this age that has this kind of work ethic is just impressive.
My name is James Rogers. I am currently the marketing manager. I have been working with Corey since 2017. For anybody that knows Corey's journey, he had a extreme change in fitness between his old lifestyle and now he's running marathons. I mean, the man's literally an Ironman. It's a big inspiration just to see the expansion of this massive facility that we have now in comparison to where we started is already huge. The different programs that we have, it's so much more structured. And then now we have a dedicated team where individuals can more focus on a specialized job than having to be so diversified in the entire company to have to do multiple jobs. Just to see that growth and how far we've come and how many team members we've added now is huge. Corey is a fantastic leader. He is one of the most kind-hearted individuals that you'll ever meet. Sometimes I even make fun of myself. Man, you are too nice to some of these people.
We have a really good relationship. I'm pretty blunt sometimes, so no matter how I come across to him, he knows how to respond back to me and vice versa, and he's a very, very giving guy. He's just a really good guy, and I'm grateful to have him as a boss and a leader.
The man literally wears his heart on his sleeve. Our goal is to make sure that we're pairing you with exactly what you need. And Corey just radiates that every day through work. So he's always taking care of us. He is always promoting, making sure that we have a healthy relationship inside and outside of work. He's that leader that just makes sure that we're taken care of.
The more you start doing things for the right reasons and look to see what you can do to support others and serve others, the more you're going to get those kind of people around you. And I believe that that's what has happened for me, luckily. I finally got to the point where I was getting 5 hours of sleep a night. Up until then, those first 4 or 5 years, I was sleeping, maybe 2 hours a night, 7 days a week. Like, I was stretched so thin. I mean, I was lucky to survive that 5 years from 2012 to 2017. I kind of had to do some work on the inside, and that also made me think, like, what else can I fix? Okay, I'm not happy with my body. I haven't taken care of myself. I hadn't had time to sleep. I've been sleeping 2 hours a night for the past however many years. I thought, I'm gonna change this.
I was probably 220 pounds, smoking, I was a mess. I couldn't, I just felt poor. I'd been smoking since I was 13 years old, smoking cigarettes. Now it'll be, if I don't quit now, it'll be 2/3 of my life that I've been smoking cigarettes. The thing that was different this time was I was committed to change, and number two, I had just started running. I actually smoked for another 6 months into my running, at least 6 months. After I ran, I didn't want a cigarette.
I've become very passionate about running, swimming, cycling, Ironman, ultra marathons, all that stuff. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to do any of that if it wasn't for the team here that's been super supportive. And so I have a lot to be thankful for with the amount of workload that they take off my back to where I can invest that time in my passions as well.
First triathlon I did was a half Ironman.
Good pace.
And I had done a 100-mile ultra marathon already.
And you get knocked down. I mean, you shared with us earlier today the story of where you got hit by a car.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you were happy after.
I was so happy.
I'm like, what the hell do you mean you woke up happy?
So the whole reason I was out here running that morning is I was training for this ultra marathon over Antelope Canyon in Arizona, just under 3 weeks until the ultra marathon that I was training for. So it was about 6 in the morning. I had done my laps around the lake and I was coming back this way. I had a straight shot. I thought, I got no problem, I can go right through. The next lane, I look over, I imagined that these were all stopped, but in fact, the other lanes that go straight were wide open. It just so happened there was no cars there until that moment. So I'm now moving into the next lane, and right as I look that way, and I see this SUV coming at me full speed. It's, I have no idea, but I would say probably 45 miles an hour, 10 feet from me. Less than a quarter of a second for me to just think, like, all I said was, oh shit. And right then the bumper of the SUV got me right there. I instantly, like the same second, it was almost like boom, boom. I didn't really see anything. Things were black, but I felt like I was conscious. I instantly grabbed my head because I just think my head split open. In my mind, I'm thinking maybe I got a minute, maybe 2 minutes before I die right here. Like my head's bleeding out. I turned around this way, and there was a police officer just walking straight towards me, and he goes, "I'm gonna need you to move your hand." And I said, "I don't think that's a good idea." And he's like, "I'm gonna need you to move it." And I moved it, and I was still fine. Like it just started coming down my face a little bit. A lot of energy was going through me, a lot of adrenaline. So I think I stood back up, and I'm just kind of like, holding my head still. I'm like, wow, realizing I'm not gonna die. So I start feeling really just kind of ecstatic. I'm like, I'm not gonna die. Like, I'm okay. At this point, I'm like giddy. I'm like laughing. I'm like, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I've never been more happy in my life. And this poor woman, like she just, like out of nowhere, some guy had just run in front of her and just gone over her car. 3 weeks later, I was out there running that ultra. It really made me appreciate life a lot more than I did before that.
Mishka. Come here, Mishka. Come here.
It's so hot. You gonna go pee-pee, Mishka? Come on, come on.
What's next for Corey Carruth?
Man, I wish I lived my life like that. I guess in the short term, what's next for me? I'm gonna have more time for the people that I love. I'm gonna have more time for trail running. I'm gonna make sure that I go to the places that I wanna go and trail run in the mountains and really just kind of focus on the things that really bring me pleasure, which is people and running up and down mountains. I definitely don't have all the answers, but hopefully I'll run into some people along the way that I'll be able to have an impact on. There's no better purpose than to serve others. You don't find happiness in any other way.
Well, Corey, you got thousands of people that you're leading right now. What's kind of the legacy that you're looking to leave behind?
I would most like to be remembered for somebody that valued other people's lives and gave a lot more than he received.
Thank you so much for doing this to me, man.
Thank
It's been
you
a
so
blast.
much. This has been amazing.
Let's go crush this half marathon in a couple of days, dude.
We got this.
That's
You're
awesome.
gonna kill it.